Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jocelyn Lovely. This reading is for my Capricorns. I made a reading for you guys earlier, but it was completely it was trashed due to technical difficulties. Now I have a whole different reading for you, so I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, we got a lot of messages that came down, so let's start. If you resonate with the reading, like, share, and subscribe. If you're not a Capricorn but you still resonate with the reading, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, I need y'all. I need y'all here. All right, we're starting off with the moon illumination. Seeing, really getting to know yourself, or maybe tapping into that subconscious and really getting to know enhanced aspects of yourself that you weren't even aware of. For example, you got the sixth house routine, right? But pay attention to the circle. Illumination, right? This is more of the mind. I'm getting like the mind aspect. And I'm getting the Vitruvius man, right? Vitruvius man. This man was originally created or drawn by Leonardo as a proportionate man. That's what I'm getting here, right? Proportion, balance, right? This guy has two whole arms in each side, right? It's proportion. It's perfectly balanced, right? I'm getting to like of the mind. I'm getting downloads of you enhancing not just the rational way of being, like the rational mind, which is the left brain, right? All about structure, doing things as a routine base, but I'm also getting the right side, enhancing the right creative side of you that you need. You need this side specifically to help you push towards your life purpose. This is you in expressing yourself in creative outlets that you haven't before, right? Getting to know yourself at that level, right? Because you have Uranus next. Enhancement. This is somebody who's not bounded. This is the opposite of bounded. This is the opposite of limit and restriction. This is limitless. This is you pushing past boundaries, being rebellious, living to the beat of your own, heart, per se, right? This is the right side. This is the creative aspect. This is the outlet. This is the person who, again, when you put these together, right? The sixth house, which talks about health, diet, routine, how you live from a day-to-day basis, how are you able to enhance all of your daily routines and make sure that they correlate with, from the micro, which is daily routine, to the macro, life's purpose, right? And then you get Uranus. When you put these two together, this is more of like, well, when I put these two together, I'm getting of, for example, let me ask you this question. Let's start with diet and health. Does the food that you eat, does it enhance you and help you meet your daily goals? Does it keep you in line and correlating and operating at your best so that you can go and pursue your life's purpose? Or is it a distraction and keeping you from healing, right? The kind of food, is it energizing you? Is it not? Okay, the way I work at work, am I doing the same thing over and over when I make those phone calls, or when I serve that plate, or when I talk to my customers, my clients? Am I doing this from a routine basis, which is the same thing every single day, or am I approaching it and trying to speak with my customers and trying different pitch, like a different pitch? Am I using my creative outlets and my aspects and just the other aspects of me? Am I adding these into my daily routine basis? And am I enhancing my experience because of it? I hope I'm making sense, you guys. From here, it's like, this is why you need both aspects, right? The rational, the mundane, doing what you have to do, live by the code, but then also enhancing it with your creative outlets, with your creative, passionate sides, because you need balance. You need balance for both, right? Balancing the feminine, and then you get feminine and masculine energy. The receiving side, the allowing things to happen naturally with the skills and that you have. Are you allowing it to happen for you? Right? It's balancing both with the masculine energy, which is going out there and getting things done. Then you have life's purpose, right? Again, this all goes back to your life purpose. Also, what I was saying earlier with the micro and the macro. With Uranus as well, it always asks you, there's certain years where Uranus really pops out, like let's say ages 27 through 29, ages 40 through 42, ages 53 to 55. Those ages are specifically when Uranus really hits you, because it always wants you to, it's like when it's most enhanced, right? Because it wants you to really start living life in a more authentic way. Is the life you live authentically correlated with your life purpose, or are you living more on, like I said, the status quo? Are you living more like people want you to live, right? Which is what societal standards: going to college, getting a diploma, getting married, having 3 kids, the American dream, right? The picket fence. Or are you living life how you want to, based on what you need, what your heart's desires are, what your needs are, your mental needs, your physical needs, your spiritual needs are, right? You have to look at both aspects and seeing from the micro to the mundane routine to the macro, all around the bigger picture. And I'm getting a lot of balance cards here. I'm getting the 2 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, very, it's balanced, right? And I'm getting a lot of masculine and feminine energy, so maybe this pertains more to that. How balanced am I? Let's say I've been working 1 year, I've worked on my feminine aspect. Then the other year I worked on the masculine aspect. Now that I've reached both sides of the coin, that I've experienced both sides of the coin, the do's, the don'ts of both, I know how to harness both energies. It's all about bringing them together. We need to bring both of these energies together. So on a daily basis, from the mundane to the bigger picture, right? How do I get these two and balance both of them together to create one big happy family? That's the question. So for example, right, like I was saying at work, doing the work, I don't see you having a problem with. When I see you at home and you do the things you love to do the most, there's no issue, right? Because you don't have to do anything. How do you have both? How are you able to get everything done throughout the day, but still manage to have fun and do it in the most effective way without having to overdo anything? That's the question, right? And only you know how you can make your day a little more fun, a little more playful, a little more spontaneous, right? Let's say, okay, for dinner you always have meatloaf or whatever. Okay, then maybe add dessert to it. Maybe the way you make your meatloaf could be different. Maybe try something different, right? Enjoy yourself, have more fun. Really let yourself express yourself, right? In those ways. Let yourself have fun and go outside of the norm, right? This is the time where you can experiment, right? Because there's because right now, this is what they're saying. This is what your guides are saying. This is the perfect time to put both of these aspects into work. Now, you're going to fail a lot of the times trying to make these two energies work together. But that's the whole point. You're supposed to. How else are you going to learn to balance both energies? You're going to make a lot of mistakes enhancing both of these energies, but that's okay. You're not supposed to know how to do it. For example, let me use this example. Somebody who has boundaries, right? Somebody who has boundaries. You don't know your boundaries yet, but you're getting to know people. You're getting to know each other and what ticks you off, what triggers you, what doesn't. So now you get to figure out, okay, I don't like when this person does this. So let me think about what would be good ways to not only talk to them about how this is something I'm not comfortable with, but getting to know what I'm okay with and what I'm not. Right? And then asking yourself, oh, okay, I guess I don't like when a person calls me every day and they're my friend. But I didn't know that because these are things that I never really I never really knew that that's what I needed. I need alone time. So when somebody or a friend of mine is calling me every day, I'm not okay with that. How do I talk to this person and let them know that this is something that I'm not okay with? And if they do cross my boundaries, how am I going to let them know again? Am I going to let them know again? Am I going to lash out at them? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? Right? You have so many options, so many doors that you haven't explored. Now you may make a mistake and accidentally lash out at them. Just let them know I'm not okay with that, right? That doesn't mean that you did the right thing or not. It just means that you explored that option in an environment that you have no awareness of. You don't understand, right? You're learning to set boundaries, so you might make a mistake and lash out, right? But only in lashing out you learn that there are better ways to deal with a situation. I know the situation or the example sounds very plain and simple, but this is something that, again, in whatever area this affects you or you need to work on, this is what it's for, right? And you're new in this area. Only you know what this area is that you need to work on or enhance or whatever. But this was just an example. All right, so the next thing is here. Yeah, again, balance, the Four of Wands, structure, balance. You have the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. All I get is perfect symmetry, right? And a lot of wand energy. Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles, really. It's balance, not just in giving and receiving, right? But balancing all areas of your life, right? We went from the micro to the macro. We went from the creative to the rational. We went from the masculine to the feminine. We went from many examples here, right? Dietary lifestyles to life purpose. Something like that, completely different things, but how do they all affect you, right? The way you do things in the smallest ways is what affects you, is the way you do everything else, right? So, I mean, this is a really, really great reading because it's tying in specifically to the things that you need to start changing or tweaking or experimenting on, so that it all really starts matching the bigger picture. Anything else that you want me to relate? Oh man, that's too many cards. Too many cards. Anything else that you want me to share? That's two faith cards. That's two faith cards. I think I'm going to take that out. So you had earlier faith, and then you had I believe. So let's just do faith. You get 3-3. I'm getting more of a person who maybe I'm talking to somebody who has fear of making mistakes. I'm talking to somebody who's a perfectionist. Are Capricorns perfectionist? I don't think so. Are they? More Taurus. I thought Taurus were perfectionists or Virgos. Well, you are Earth energy. So, okay. Whoever you are, I'm getting a perfectionist, a person who, don't get me wrong, you take risks, but I think you have this fear of doing it wrong. Maybe because made too many mistakes, so you think that that's what's holding you back. No. I want you to get something clear. Making mistakes does not hold you back. If anything, it may seem like you're stuck for a while doing the same thing, but really you just needed to learn these lessons to move forward. I'm talking about mistakes that you make. They're not really that big of a deal because, again, like I said, you're learning. How else are you going to learn to be able to have both of your aspects, the Empress and the Emperor, in your life? How else are you going to learn to match them or balance them both if you're not trying new different things every day? You see what I'm saying? So again, don't look at it as a mistake. Look at it as a learning experience. And I know this sounds very cliche and it sounds corny, but maybe you do need to hear this because I'm talking to somebody who's really hard on themselves when they do something wrong. They tend to use self-hate and like low self-esteem. I don't know. This is coming from like a mom or dad. One of your parents was really hard on you and kind of like shamed you. Because I'm getting a lot of shame when you make mistakes. Like you could look at life and hate yourself or push yourself as a way to push you forward. That could, maybe one of your parents did that. They used to talk shit to you to push you further or to push you to be better. But it's like, do you really want to go around being mean to yourself? Or do you really want to go Do you really want to use self-hate as a way to get you to do something? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like learning not only to be compassionate, but learning to be kind and understanding. That those are also two sides of a coin, right? But those ways could actually make you feel better. Right? There's not so much pressure to get you to do things the right way. It gives you more leniency to make mistakes and still get the point across. So do you see what I'm saying? Like you could use self-hate to motivate you or reverse psychology to motivate you, or you could use passion, compassion, and love and light to help you move forward. It's your choice, really. But it looks to me like somebody's dealing with that, with like their parents being that way towards them their whole life. And so maybe that's like a way that you've taught yourself to move forward. Whoever you are, you're ambitious. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like maybe you use self hate as a reason to like learn lessons faster or quicker. I'm talking to somebody who wants to move fast, right? I'm not talking to a regular person, but at the same time, I don't think those strategies are, again, this goes back to micro to macro, is the way you learn lessons, or the way you handle yourself when you make mistakes, is that really helping you in the bigger scale, in the grander scale of life? Is it really helping you? Is self-hate really fueling you? Do you see what I'm saying? Or can you approach this in a more loving manner, right? Using your feminine energy, a more creative, loving, receiving manner, loving manner, nurturing manner, right? Is that more useful? Could it be more useful for you? Because maybe to you, you're like, hell no, that's not useful. What the fuck? When I was little, I was getting beat up and told if I didn't do this, then I was going to be a failure, right? Yeah, but it's like, do you really need that now? You're your own parent now. Do you really need it? Or could you approach yourself in a nicer way? Who knows? You may react. Your inner child may feel even more enhanced or pushed to want to work harder. I don't know. Only you know. You would have to ask yourself this. All right. Any other? Oh no, that's so many cards. I'm not doing all of that. All right, y'all. I think that's it. I love you. You guys get the point. Comment on the chat if you wanted to share a story of what you're dealing with. It could be something minor that you're trying to enhance or change or have imbalance with, right? Feminine and masculine. It could be anything like that, from the mundane to life's purpose. You let me know. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.